When Henny like Edgar,
I'm doing better.
I'm doing better. Looking so fresh, sweating in leather.
The No More Sleep executive lists are focused on players that are going within the first 5 rounds. The goal is to give you information so that you can make informed decisions. Hence the name executive list. Executive use data to make educated guesses, and in fantasy, every pick is a guess. You just want to make sure that they're educated. The person we're going to help you make an educated guess on today is Kerryon Johnson, Detroit Lions running back. Kerryon Johnson shows promise. We like watching him on tape, and despite not being a Lions fan, I think everyone is rooting for the Lions to have their next 1,000-yard rusher. The last time they saw a 1,000-yard rusher was from Reggie Bush back in 2013. So we believe Kerryon Johnson can be that guy. However, there are some obstacles he will need to overcome, and we'll talk about that in this video. Kerryon Johnson finished last year with only 56% snap share, which is insanely low considering the fact that he showed flashes and showed that he has the ability to help that team win. But for whatever reason, they did not put him in the game enough. Some bizarre reason, they had LeGarrette Blount outpace him in carries by 36 more carries. So LeGarrette Blount is gone now, so you don't have to worry about that. Now, with the limited sample size, we did see some efficiency, although you don't want to get too crazy about it because it was only 117 carries. But he finished with 5.4 yards per carry versus the next guy on the list, LeGarrette Blount, who was in that roster, was 2.7. Now, that's not that impressive when you compare yourself to LeGarrette Blount. However, when you look at how many defenders were in the box on average, Kerryon Johnson was facing, on average, 7 defenders in the box, which is extremely high for a running back. Anything above, 6.7 is concerning. When you're talking about 8 players in the box, defenders in the box, when you're running the ball, that's a stacked box. All right, so that's the kind of stuff, to give you some context. That's what Adrian Peterson used to face. All right, so you don't want 8 defenders in the box. You don't want 7 in the box. 6.7 or below is what you want. Kerryon Johnson does have a good offensive line. However, there was some incompetence as far as the offensive plays that were being ran. So the good news is they have offensive coordinator now, Darrell Bevel from the Seattle Seahawks, who understand how to manipulate the box, move defenders around so that the running back can get some space. As you can see in Seattle, who runs the ball quite a lot, they get success. They have success at having multiple running backs on the roster be successful in that role. So before we go into some concerns, which you can probably guess, one of them is multiple running backs. The other thing we like about Kerryon Johnson is that he can catch. He had 32 receptions last year, and the most impressive thing about that is he had 82% catch rate with 0 drops. So as a running back, you want to see above 70% catch rate, and especially if there's 0 drops. Now, despite all of these things, Kerryon Johnson, we know he got the size. He can run the ball efficiently, and he can catch efficiently. He should be a bell cow back, and he's behind a good offensive line. Why is he not the bell cow back? Well, C.J. Anderson is there. And you think what you will about C.J. Anderson, but C.J. Anderson is a yards per carry machine. He averages a career 4.5 yards per carry when it comes to yards per carry. And C.J. Anderson, unfortunately, can also catch the ball. This is going to be a problem for Kerryon Johnson. Once they see C.J. Anderson in the mix, there's no way that they're not going to play him in order to rest this young Kerryon Johnson, especially in the age where we're seeing so many running backs go down with knee problems or arthritis and hamstring injuries. So that's concerning. We do think C.J. Anderson is going to cut into the fold. And the other thing with C.J. Anderson is that he averaged that 4.5 yards per carry career, seeing 6.8 defenders in the box. So he's actually efficient against stacked boxes. Now, the other bright side of this is that, the Lions have a good defense, and that's good for their game script. So even though they're normally playing from behind, because their defense is good, they could be more patient with the run, which is why they outperform their opponents with time of possession by 3 minutes. So on average, they had 3 minutes more time possession which is good for a running back because you want to kind of you want to run the clock, but you also want to try to stay within scoring distance, and that's how Detroit run their offense. That's perfect for Kerryon Johnson. And then Darrell Bevel as an offensive coordinator would hopefully look at Kerryon Johnson and see that he can carry a heavier workload. In college, before Kerryon Johnson was drafted by the Lions, he had 285 carries with a 4.9 average. So he can take the load. He's healthy, from my understanding, so I don't see any reason why Darrell Bevel won't have Kerryon Johnson have more carries. We're not talking about a ton of carries here. We're not talking Todd Gurley numbers. All Kerryon Johnson needs to do is average 15 touches per game, just 15. It will be ideal if those are 15 carries per game, and then on top of that, some additional receptions. But if you can just give him 15 touches per game, then he would be worth the draft capital that we're seeing. Anything less than 15, unfortunately, he will need to fall outside the fifth round in order for it to warrant an executive pick. So there you go. You got the information. Go ahead and make an informed decision. The No More Sleep executive pick list.
Get it, go get it, I got it. Get it, go get it, I got it. Get it, go get it, I got it.